Hello everyone, my name's Evan Jacobs and welcome to another edition of Boxing Time TV. We have a doozy of a fight. I have a lot to say about it. Let's just get right to it. And I am extremely excited about this fight. We have Canelo Alvarez taking on Dmitry Bivol. This is happening May 7th. Alvarez is 31, Bivol's 31. Alvarez 5'8", Bivol 6 feet. They both weigh 175 pounds. Alvarez has a 70 reach. Bivol has 72. Alvarez 57 fights. That lone loss to Floyd Mayweather, which is about a decade ago now. And Dmitry Bivol 19-0. And I have a lot to say about this fight. This is a 12-round fight, 3-minute rounds, 10-point must scoring system, no mandatory count, 3 knockdown rule waived. Let's get right to the action, guys. Alvarez is in tough against Bivol. Bivol is probably the fighter with the best chance in his new contract of beating him. If he's going to fight Gennady Golovkin and Artur Beterbiev next, with Beterbiev being close behind, Dmitry Bivol, I have a lot of history with him. It is, how do I put this? Years ago, I was announcing the fights for Fight Club OC in the early days of streaming, and we were doing Periscope. And that literally was me holding the camera and holding the mic at the same time and commentating on the fight. Well, as I was doing the press social media stuff for Fight Club OC, they sent me this stuff, and I saw that there was this fighter, Dmitry Bivol. He'd had 3 fights or something, and one of those fights was he was taking on a guy with a big record. He had 3 fights. I said, wow, are they fast tracking this guy? Because it was an 8 or 10 round fight. Are they fast tracking this guy for the title? And the promoter's son Drew was like, anyway, I watched him and I understood why. I saw a guy very similar to Canelo in that stalking presence, levels above his guy. So if you want to hear, it's on YouTube. Just search Dmitry Bivol Fight Club OC, and you can see, I think his first, at least one of them, which is the second bout against Clayton Consequejo, which was for the WBC silver title. That, I think, was the second bout, but there was a fight before that. Either way, and Bivol getting tagged right there by Canelo Alvarez. Trust me, I'm going to talk about the fight. Anyway, if you want to see Dmitry Bivol's first 2 bouts in America, they were commentated by yours truly. So it's just interesting to now be commentating on this simulated fight for my podcast, Boxing Time TV. So anyway, this is, I'm not rooting for any fighter. I mean, it'd be interesting to see Dmitry Bivol win or give Canelo Alvarez a good fight, but I have a lot of respect for Canelo, and it's going to take a lot to beat Canelo. And as in his last couple of fights, I don't know that Dmitry Bivol's shown that he's the guy to do that. But then again, recently, we just saw with Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall yesterday. Hey, what had Catterall shown? And he came in, and many people thought that, to use the word of Dan Raphael, that Josh Taylor escaped with a decision over him. So hopefully there's no spoilers there. The fight has happened, and we'll see. Right now, Bivol holding his own, but Canelo Alvarez seemed to get his attention with a right hand, and we'll see if that how that figures into this fight going forward. But I'm excited about this fight. Just excited as always to be doing a podcast. Okay, let's see what the judges say after that first round. All right, so 2 judges giving it to Alvarez, 1 judge having it even. We move into the second round now. These guys coming out, and I think that Alvarez is going to try to open up a bit more in this, and maybe Bivol will too. Alvarez is, in my opinion, a bit of a slow starter, so it may just ultimately come down to that. Hold on one sec. And Dmitry Bivol doing well, doing a lot of what Sergey Kovalev did, doing that playbook of coming in behind the jab and yeah, so, and I apologize, I'm a little bit distracted right now. I'm editing something. Hold on, wait 1 second. I'm editing something on my phone.
Stand with his gun.
So yeah, I'm editing. I do this podcast on writing, so sorry. You guys know I do a sloppy podcast, so this shouldn't surprise anyone, but look at
Angela and Logan.
Alright.
James stands with him now.
So Bivol giving as good as he gets here, folks. In the second round, we have a fight on our hand. Long range, distance bout. Okay, so add the transition. Oh, look at this, folks. Oh, look at Alvarez shooting out that left hand, getting Bivol's attention. Oh, and look at that. Oh, and Bivol landing, folks. Fighting well at long range, but we've seen this happen before to Canelo Alvarez, where he kind of gets behind the 8 ball against the lanky guys, and then he figures it out. Oh, and look at this. Dmitry Bivol getting his pound of flesh. The thing is it enough to keep Canelo off of him? Is it enough? Or can Canelo Alvarez figure something out here? He's touching him with the left hand. It's all to soften him up for the right, but Canelo does hit hard in both hands. So we've seen a very good second round here, folks. All right. So right now, it's the opposite. 2 of the judges giving it to Bivol, 1 of the judges having it even. So folks, we have an even fight. It's a 10-round fight, folks. Let's see what the judges say as Bivol comes out, still employing the strategy that Sergey Kovalev did. Wow, folks, I'm telling you, I'm liking what I'm seeing from both guys. As I always say, when 2 fighters get to do their style in the ring, we benefit. And I'm going to try not to rub my hands because I'm so close to the mic, but I cannot help being excited right now. This is an exciting bout. I've been looking forward to it. It's not a connection to Bivol, but it's there. And I just love Canelo. I love seeing him, how he figures it out. And right now he's got a live guy in front of him. And I'm telling you, I think in real life he's going to get a tough fight out of this. I think it's interesting that, I think people need to realize this is not a pick'em. I'm sorry, this is not a walkover fight. He's starting his 2-fight deal with what I believe is the toughest fight because, I think between him and Gennady Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez has excelled, whereas Golovkin just hasn't, been as active. And, to have that tough fight with Derevchenko, but maybe I'm wrong, and fighters are made for certain people. I think Evander Holyfield would get out of bed right now and maybe handle Mike Tyson just because of the way that, even though, the whole thing that happened between him and Vitor Belfort. But I'm saying there are certain people that are fighters that are made for other fighters. Marlon Starling versus Mark Breedland is one of them, even though in the rematch, Starling fought a very odd fight. He was very much in command at a lot of points in that fight. All right, so I'm coming in, just checking this, and here you have Bivol again. Bivol again doing his thing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Joy, mostly, of Writing. Right now, working on Anna to Cannon, the next book in the series with Graham.
Oh, and punches are being landed. Bivol's getting it done here, folks, or at least he's trying to. All right. Look at that. And this is happening now. And what Canelo needs to do is he needs to be going to the body more and he needs to be getting inside, but Bivol's making him pay a price. And right now, this is Bivol's fight. From a long, he has a longer reach than Canelo by about an inch and a half. And right now he's using his lanky frame and he's getting it done and he's continuing to land. But look at that, just as I say, Canelo now crunching him and coming in with those shots. So I think Bivol won this round, but I don't know. I don't know. Can this be sustained? But how many more shots? I mean, can Canelo stand a whole night of that? What you just saw to get inside? Folks, we're going to have to see it. I'm also going to do a little boxing time TV housekeeping. So 2 of the judges giving it to Canelo, 1 of the judges giving it to Bivol. Canelo Alvarez up by 1 point. We go into the 4th round. And folks, I'm telling you, I think this is really kind of how this fight is going to play out in real life. Okay, so coming up, we have on Boxing Time TV. The next bout I'm probably going to do is Ortiz. I was going to do Chocolatito Martinez, but there really sadly is not time. So then I'm probably going to do Ortiz, McKinson, and then Berlingo Rolls, and then Lomachenko Kambosos. That's kind of what the schedule is looking like now. Had to kind of alter a few things. What I try to do on Boxing Time TV, I try to do as many fights as I can. But the reality is there's only so much time. I try to do 1 a week. And the thing is, I try to do the most intriguing fights. And I just sadly didn't get to the Chocolatito JC Martinez fight. But there is a Chocolatito Juan Francisco Estrada fight. I did do the 3rd fight. So that is on here if you want to see it. Even though that's been postponed. But look at Canelo now. Guys, I think he's drawing Bivol to him. He's drawing Bivol to him to land the hard punches. He's playing possum, so to speak, fighting on the ropes, trying to utilize his defense. So Bivol's looking really good right now, but he's expending energy, and he's getting comfortable. And that is exactly what Canelo Alvarez wants. Because Canelo, folks, is just waiting for that moment. And then I honestly think he's gonna explode on Bivol, and that's when we're gonna see what's gonna happen in the fight. Does Bivol drop like a sack of potatoes? Is he wobbled? How does he respond? But right now, I mean, this is a chess match, folks. And I don't think people were really expecting that. It's a brutal chess match, the brutalest kind. So I'm just reorganizing my list here. Okay, and then Loma, because I think Loma Kambosos is happening. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know that Devin Haney is going to be able to. I don't think that they're going to come to terms like they're saying that they're going to come to terms. So we got that organized. I can now just, actually, you know what I can do? I'm just going to rip this off. So yeah, we got 3 fights coming up. I do have a vacation coming up, so I'm going to be doing more. There'll probably be more fights announced within there. And so here, let's see. 10-9 for Bivol, 10-9 for Alvarez, 10-9 for Bivol. So now Dmitry, folks, we're even again going into the 5th round, folks. We often see this. It's a hotly contested war, and then it comes down to just 6 rounds. And look at Dmitry Bivol coming in with a left hand. And guys, these guys are fighting. I mean, this is a hotly contested bout. And I mean, it's a game of inches. And I think that Bivol, in some ways, is doing the right things. But look at the way that Alvarez is going to the body, breaking him down, the way that he broke down Sergey Kovalev. Although the difference is that Bivol is much fresher than Sergey Kovalev was at that juncture. right. So far, we're just being treated to just an excellent boxing match. And look at that. And Bivol going to the body. Canelo landing with the right hand. Guys, I'm telling you, these guys are going for it. And we're seeing a very good fight. And now we're seeing Bivol. And that's one thing that Bivol's doing that Canelo's not doing. Bivol's running the numbers on him. He's punching in those gaps. He's punching when Canelo's not doing those things. Now, mind you, Canelo's punches may be hurting him. Oh, and just like I said, look at him. He drew him out and caught him, just like I said, folks. And Canelo explodes. Bivol's on the ground. Folks, I don't know that Bivol is getting up. Just like guys, I hate to say I told you so, but look at that. Broke him down and did it. Exploded. Wow, the Canelo Alvarez playbook plays out again here on Boxing Time TV. What a fight this was. So the winner is Canelo Alvarez by knockout. The fight lasted 5 rounds. Alvarez was not knocked down. Bivol was knocked down one time and has a swollen eye. As you can see, the scores as close as it gets. 38, and then Alvarez ahead 40-38 on one card, and then down 37-39 on the other. What a fight. Canelo Alvarez pulling it out just when it seems like maybe Bivol is going to be doing it. I honestly think Canelo Alvarez played possum a little bit, lulled Bivol into thinking that certain things were happening, and then boom, Canelo Alvarez explodes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to Boxing Time TV. I hope that you've enjoyed this fight. How could you not with this kind of action? Thank you for watching. If you like what you've seen, please like, comment, and follow. Please share these links with your family and friends. Please tell them about Boxing Time TV. Where our motto is, why wait? Watch it now. Watch the simulation, and then watch the real thing when it airs and compares. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Boxing Time TV. You can also give me a follow on Instagram. Boxing Time with Evan is my handle. It's basically just a shadow page for this podcast where I just sort of promote it. Every so often I talk about things, but mostly it's just a promotional tool for the Boxing Time TV podcast on YouTube. Always free, always available to you. Thank you so much.